Welcome, everybody. My name is Agi Moy, and today is really special. I have a special guest, a special friend, a very special lady called Janet Schoen. And what's so special about her being is also the fact that she is a co-author in the beautiful book Unstoppable, volume number 1. And I wanted to take this opportunity just to have a few words with her, which I'm sure will inspire so many wonderful women out there, and give them hope as well in a world that doesn't always provide that hope alone. So, Janet, thank you so much for joining, first of all.
Well, thank you for reaching out to me, because you know very well that I believe in this project and how it is touching people and how it's touched others, but it's also touched us authors in special ways that none of us ever could have foreseen.
Oh, thank you. I believe the same to be true. So tell me, before you got started with becoming a co-author in book number 1, what feelings were coming up for you? What did you feel?
I knew I had a story and I wanted to share it, but that little voice inside was like, yeah, no, you haven't really like accomplished like anything in your business world, so you're not good enough. And then also had say it, and then she'd wait a while and then she'd bring it up again, and then I'd be like, oh, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. And then that little voice would come in again and I'd be like, I'm not good enough. And then Elsa said, I'm going to do it. And she like stepped forward and like she sent me a voice message and she's like, so are you going to be a part of it? And I'm like, absolutely. I didn't even think about it. And it just, yeah. And I got to do it. I got to be part of the book. And yes.
That's amazing. So the true Janet just said yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And so tell me the whole process that you went through. How did you find the process itself? Like, how did you see it? How did it feel?
It felt really very well. I mean, we supported, Elsa had given us a messenger group, and if I started to feel like, I don't know, how am I going to do this, or whatever, you could just go into that chat, and we could read each other, and we encouraged each other. And the presentations that Elsa had laid out specifically and certain time markers leading up to getting the book together, and that were always well worth the time. And and then it was worth the record too, to be able to go back, and if you were just having a moment, for her to refresh and put in your mind why it's important to follow through and to just do it.
And for those listening, I just want to add a little bit to the fact that Elsa Morgan is the publisher of the Unstoppable series. She's publisher of series 2 and series 3. Unstoppable 3 is just in the throes of collecting the co-authors, and in my heart of hearts, I believe there'll be a 4, 5, and 6, because the feedback that's coming from these books is tremendous. So how has your life changed? How has life changed? How has your world changed as a or a best-selling author? I need to say that, a best-selling author in multiple 30 categories. How is life?
It's definitely different. um you know uh, Limiting beliefs have tried to stop me in multiple ways. Like the first time Elsa said, well, you could sell the book to try to earn some of your earn some money back, or, and maybe use it for a good cause or whatever. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then like the book came out, and like this, like the warrior in me came out and said, you're going to do this. You're going to sell these books. You can do this, and you're going to. And so it's been like every time I didn't want to do something, like I knew it was the right thing to do. And
And
like,
we were guided. We were guided. We were given marketing advice as well. We were given a lot of steps in
yes,
how to get
yes,
ourselves out there with the print version, because that
yes,
comes after the book becomes a bestseller in multiple categories in the online version. We have the opportunity, don't we, to purchase the book at author price, and then we can sell, we can give, we can promote. It's just the most wonderful thing.
yes. And I was on our local radio station, and I was in our local newspaper, and and people, a lot of it's funny, like I had also sat out in front of the jewelry store for our sidewalk sales in the summer and was offering the book, and I had multiple people come to me and they're like, I remember reading about that. I don't know where, but I seen that. I said, well, could be on my page. I've shared about it, and it's no secret. I said, and if you're looking for yourself or for someone else, a book filled with hope, overcoming, and just women rising up to what they have called on their hearts, this is the right book.
Mm. And not to mention also being published in over 500 publications in global press release. Let's not forget about that.
That has swung some things into my life that, for me to look at, and I've evaluated, and I've, but things that I didn't expect. I mean, I have definitely connections to people that were not expected. And here, at least just recently, somebody that I was reaching out to with my business and that was like, I Googled you. And I'm like, sweet Jesus. I knew what they found because I know what's there. And I was just like, oh, that's good. That's really good.
And I'm so glad you did mention that just very quickly, because all of the authors are co-authors, if we go and Google ourselves, what comes up first? Best-selling authors, and there's less than 0.0001% of humans in the world that are even published authors, let alone best-selling authors. So huge congratulations, Janet. And just quickly, I suppose, if there was somebody thinking of wanting to become an unstoppable co-author, what would you say?
Don't think about it. If your heart is saying do it, or your gut is saying do it, don't hesitate. Just take the plunge and figure it out as you go, because there will be guidance from Elsa. There'll be guidance from God. I believe in God, from God or the universe or whatever it is that you believe in. The guidance will be there. There are always signs every day in our lives, and it's up to us to be open to seeing them and receiving them. But make the plunge. You won't regret it.
Ditto completely. Thank you so much, Janet. I really appreciate your time. It's an honor to be speaking to a best-selling co-author, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Aggie. And thank you for this opportunity to just share my heart once again, because I love people. Thank you.
It shows. Thank you, Janet.